This is Klay Thompson, and you are listening to the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game. It better not be roasting me if I'm giving him all these intros.
Not. Hey, Clay, it's your man, Bonte Hill. I will never roast you. You're my guy, pal. You're my guy. Can't wait to see you next week. Media Day on Monday. Next Monday, that is.
Are you going to induct him into the Hall of Fame one day?
Maybe. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Guys, disrespect Steve Klay Thompson. By the way, Mike Dunleavy Jr. today will talk. He'll speak to the media at 1:30. Steve Kerr at 2 p.m. in the Bill King interview room at Chase Center as the Warriors get ready to roll. Next week is Media Day again. Training camp starts next Tuesday. And no, they won't sign Dwight Howard. So let's get to Yogi real quick before we get to Miss Kendra Andrews from ESPN. Yogi, how's that Jets defense? Actually, you know what? The Jets defense played well yesterday. They played well yesterday. I give you that.
The Jets defense played okay, but I don't know if I can take another week of Zach Wilson. This guy looks like a seventh grader playing flag football out there. It's freaking embarrassing, man.
I think seventh graders are a little better than Zach Wilson, man. It is embarrassing, though.
Hey, who's worse, Zach Wilson or Josh McDaniels?
Oh.
Well, Josh, because he's now had multiple opportunities over like a 15-year span.
At least Josh has been a good offensive coordinator. I give him that. Zach Wilson is just not good.
I could have called plays for Tom Brady. He changed everything at the line. Power right, Tom. Spread it out. We're going to split him out right. Split him out left.
My last thing is this. Dwight Howard would not last a week in a locker room with Chris Paul and Draymond Green. Oh my God. That'd be a Netflix series right there just for a week.
Yeah, I can't subscribe. What does he bring? What does he add at this point?
Character.
Character flaws.
Terrible character.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? All right, Yogi, what else you got?
Man, Bonte, my last thing, I see you in the paint catching dimes from the shift team legend out there, man. I see you. Keep working, man.
Hey,
we might as well sign you as center.
Listen.
Take you over, Dwight.
Hey, listen, I hadn't played in a very long time. Now, my ankle's sore, my Achilles is on fire, but your boy was ready to go. I had to play in emergency mode, wore the Steph Curry specials, the shorts, that is. Had my 95-70 Game T-shirt on, threw the jersey on, hit a jumper. I airballed a jumper. Barely hit rim on another jumper.
But you were there. Who cares? I don't want to hear about the negatives.
It was out there huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Huffing and puffing. By the way,
I'm proud of you.
Joe Tess 09. Best morning show out there. Let's go. He spent $5 to say that.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the contribution. Love that.
But like on some level, like I hear what you're saying about the Dwight Howard thing. But on some level, can you at least understand this is going to be kind of a experimental season to a degree for the Warriors. Like, yes, it's about winning and winning it all, highest level, blah, blah, blah. This is a chemistry experiment. I mean, the Chris Paul, serum that you're going to throw into this little beaker, all right, it could be combustible. No, it could make a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of liquid that we could use to cure cancer or something and win a championship. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy.
Yeah, let's get the kids.
But my point being is that when you're mixing all of these things in the beaker, it could explode.
Man.
We could create a superhero.
Kendra Andrews is going to start
paying
us.
We don't know what could happen.
She's going to start charging us $500 an interview, man.
You get where I'm going with this,
I don't know where you're going. Nobody knows where you're going with this.
We might make Spider-Man.
Kendra, do you need Q-tips right now to clean your ears? I'm sorry you had to sit through that, Kendra. Good morning to you.
Very entertaining. No, you guys keep going. You keep going. I'm good.
Well, wouldn't you agree? They're playing they are playing with a little bit of fire here with this Chris Paul thing. Like, this could either be boom or bust. I don't see how this is like, it's a mediocre acquisition. It's either great or it doesn't work at all.
Right. I mean, it's definitely it raises eyebrows because it is a lot of unknown. And I think where you're coming from it is you look at last season and so much, if not all of their struggles stemmed from a lack of chemistry and people not getting along and not being able to put things aside. And so when you add someone who, especially historically, has ruffled feathers with the core group of these players, who has a long history of rival, who has even a more recent history of what was he like with his, other recent teams. And,
inflated self-worth.
It raises the question of okay, is that going to fix the glaring issue of last year of chemistry, or does it add to that? And it's a fair question to ask, but I've been told by people that they feel that this team is in a good space chemistry-wise right now. Of course, they haven't all been in the same locker room. They haven't been going through the trials and of a season. But at least as it stands on whatever day of September we're in, the Warriors feel good, at least on paper, about the chemistry that they have.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll speak about that later on today. Mike Dunleavy Jr. speaks at 1:30, Steve Kerr at 2 p.m. And the same thing I'm getting, Kendra, is that the vibes are better. The chemistry will be better because of what happened last season, of course, before the season. So they're bringing the band back. But one guy they didn't bring in, or they did bring in and talk to, but didn't give a contract, is Dwight Howard. Now, a lot of fans are coming up to me saying, oh, man, I like this Dwight Howard move, Dwight Howard this and Dwight Howard that. And what I'm hearing, Kendra, is that the veterans maybe told the front office, hey, we should give this guy a look. He can add something to our team. What did you hear about Dwight Howard, and why did it go down the way it went down in which the Warriors basically didn't offer him a contract?
Well, first and foremost, the thing that I heard when they initially brought him in was, this is just another workout. You know, we have been bringing in guys to work out over the last month, and it ranges in position. It ranges in how many years each veteran has, right? Of course, Dwight Howard, that name, it raises people's eyebrows. It's a shiny name, right? People latch onto that, and they start coming up with all these hypotheticals, and they get really excited, or they get really, oh my God, don't do that. You have to do that. But from the Warriors' perspective, it was just another one of their workouts. They looked at it exactly the same. They didn't head into anything saying, we're working out this guy to confirm the fact that we are going to sign him. And they ultimately decided that they don't want to sign him imminently, like in this moment. There's still a lot of time of things that could happen, but they want to head into training camp with some flexibility because they're still figuring out other parts of the roster. You know, we were just talking about Chris Paul. They're figuring out, where is Chris Paul going to fit in the rotation, in this roster, what his role is going to be, what are other holes that we're going to have to plug. If the Warriors start Chris Paul and presume Kevon Looney's coming off the bench, okay, well, that's a big-ass center. Excuse me, a big center.
Oh, you can use that word.
Off of the bench. Or
you're officially rostered now,
or do you need someone like another big to fill out that second unit? Do we want more wing players because we're going to be going super small with Chris Paul? There's so much other stuff for them to figure out. They want to maintain some flexibility while they work out their guys.
I didn't know you had that curse word in you, Kendra. I've been knowing you for a while now.
I remember the first time I came on your guys' show, I think I dropped a bad word, and then you guys didn't invite me back for like 6 months.
Oh, no, I just think because you were sleep deprived.
Kendra,
that's all.
Kendra,
you curse on this show. You can come back on tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, media day.
Full disclosure, I want to make sure that the people know this. I do no bookings on this show whatsoever. I just nod my head. It's whoever Bonta and Loveman decide to bring on.
No. We respected Kendra's hustle and her grind, working late nights, and we were very early. We were 6 to 9, and I respect Kendra. She needs to get her beauty sleep. But the roasters know we get a lot of dump. Everybody, every caller, once a week, Kendra, on this show, the FCC's calling us saying, why are you guys allowing so much cursing? We've worn out the dump button on this show, but that makes you an official roaster, Kendra. Yeah. We love it. I didn't think you had it in you.
Good.
Yeah, let's go.
Now, a lot of people are asking, obviously, you talk about Chris Paul, and I love the way you clap back when he asked you, are you coaching? And the way you said, no, I'm asking you a question. Now that moment.
Has he apologized since then out of curiosity? Yeah. Like what?
I've seen him since. We're all good.
That's
so
good.
But like when something like that goes down, I think a lot of people they get on the internet, they're just looking for sides and stuff. So he circled back around and was like, yeah, whatever. And you guys made peace?
Yeah, we're all good. Like, I think at the end of the day, too, it's everyone has a job. It was a question you didn't answer. And I think that, people like to blow things up more than
trust
it
me,
is.
I'm well aware. The city of Philadelphia hates my guts for a 30-minute conversation that got boiled down into a 10-second clip.
They hate both of us.
I'm done for life. So believe me, I've been there.
They hate both of us. I'm sure Kendra's seen that on the internet. We get called an idiot every day on these internet
streets. That's what the mute button is for.
So many days. What is the other question outside of Chris Paul? What is another big storyline you're looking at? Is it the Draymond Green saying that, hey, this is the most Clay's extension, Steve Kerr's extension, but also Draymond saying it's the most important season of his career? What's some of the things you're looking forward to this season outside of the Chris Paul and Dwight Howard news?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking at Steve Kerr in particular. Klay Thompson, I'm curious about, but Steve Kerr, I'm especially interested in, and that's something that I don't believe we're going to really see resolution to until the end of the year. But last season, towards the end of last season, I guess when we were all waiting to hear Bob Myers' decision, a lot of conversations that I would just have with people, and I'm not talking about anything within the team, just when people would ask me about what this meant, it's like, well, the expectation is if Bob decides to resign, which he did, that's kind of the first domino to fall, right? Then, of course, it was Draymond. He came to a new agreement. For me, the next domino to fall would be what Steve Kerr decides to do, and I think a lot of it could come down to what happens this season. If Steve Kerr doesn't re-sign as head coach, that is a huge shift. That is the biggest shift this organization would make, and that to me would be the signal of this next era. Because even if Draymond left, they still had Steph, they still had Clay, they still had Steve, and that's still huge.
Good point.
If you take away the guy who has coached all of those guys to all of these championships, that to me is like the biggest shift. And how would those older guys respond to that? So I'm really watching out to see how Steve does and what that is. I'm also really curious to see guys like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. The Warriors have completely revamped their player development program again, and they've done so several times in the last couple of years, really since they drafted James Wiseman. And frankly, it hasn't worked yet. James Wiseman is gone. Jordan Poole is gone. Even their draft picks from last season are gone. Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, are they in year 3 or year 4?
Year 3. Year 3. Yeah, year 3.
Either way, this is, to me, how their development is. What roles they're entrusted with is going to speak volumes on how this franchise can develop younger players. That kind of, again, then goes full circle back to Steve Kerr and his contract, and can he be the guy to develop young players? So, to me, those are the things that I'll be watching this year.
Is there anything the Big Three can do that would make us look at them different this year, win or lose?
You mean in what way?
Let's say hypothetically they get off to an unbelievable start and they end up winning the championship this year. Are they elevated as a core above the Bird?
Mikal
Parrish.
Aren't they already there? They got 4 championships.
I don't know.
Mikal's
Society
had 3.
views them that way.
Yeah.
Because of the KD acquisition.
Tony Parker. Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if people view them that way. Or if things go catastrophically wrong this year with Chris Paul, do we look at them a certain way? Is that even on the table for those big 3 guys?
I think that it could be. And I think it's interesting because I think if they were catastrophic, the commentary would be stronger than if they won it all, if that makes sense. I think if they won a championship, people would say, it's Steph, Clay, and Draymond. You never count out the Warriors with Steph, Clay, and Draymond. But if they lost, or if they're not just lost the championship, but if they're a bad team, then I think more discourse comes up and people blow up the hypothetical questions of, is it over? This isn't, they're not that good. It was because of Kevin Durant. It was because, the field of the league wasn't as strong as it is today. So I think it wouldn't be an even conversation.
Yeah, interesting. How's the off season, Kendra? You ready to get back to work?
Oh my God. Oh, it's been great.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you all around the world. You, Madeline Kenny, CJ Holmes is engaged. I mean, a lot going on to the Warriors beat,
congratulations to CJ.
Yeah, congratulations to CJ. I saw you with Deuce and Mo, the superstars up in Sacramento, who's De'Aaron Fox is pulling up on them. I mean, Kendra Andrews, man, summer was good for you. Maybe not better than Sam London's.
We don't stop in the off season, We have lives. We've lived our lives. It's pretty
Hot
crazy.
Girl Autumn.
Ready to surrender my life now to season.
What the hell is Hot Girl Autumn?
Well, they said Hot Girl Summer was last summer, correct?
Okay.
Am I wrong,
So
Kendra?
it's Hot Girl Autumn.
So now it's, Hot Girl Autumn.
Jesus.
Sure. We're rocking with it.
Exactly.
Yes, let's rock
I'm
with it,
trying to
Kendra.
stay, on par with the lingo.
Well, Kendra, I can't wait to see you at Media Day next Monday. I was going to stop by the presser today, but your boy played in the World Tournament.
Come on.
Kendra.
You can't flake out on us already.
Kendra, I played basketball last Saturday.
I'm kidding.
I'm washed, Kendra. My ankles hurt. I played in the Jordan 3s. I wasn't supposed to play. My rib hurts. My liver hurts. Even Durrell Wright said his back hurts.
Are you getting
my back
old?
hurts.
Oh, my God.
Kendra, We are old.
We are old, Kendra. You may not look it, but we are old. And you are not. Kendra, continue the great work. Can't wait to see you. Thanks for the time. It's going to be an exciting season. Get some rest. Get some rest.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Anytime. Kendra Andrews, ESPN, does a great job. Formerly at NBC Sports Bay Area. She was so good on NBC. I don't even think she lasted a year. ESPN said, "Scoop, gotcha." Now she's on the Warriors.
So